Good morning, everyone. We are going to be doing some of the avenues at the end of Bath Beach that blends into Gravesend, Brooklyn. We are on 23rd Avenue and Cropsey. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk to the end and then up 24th and then down 25th. These are short avenues at this end of Bath Beach and Gravesend. So this is like the end of Bath Beach and the beginning of Gravesend. The weather today is, well, we have a storm coming in. I had mentioned it in the last walk. And now it looks like we're probably not going to get snow. It'll probably start as snow. It is 32 degrees out. It is at freezing, but the way they're making it sound now is that the storm is going to dump. At least down here in the south, like in South Brooklyn, is going to be rain. So the snow drought continues for us. If you're up in like northern Manhattan, the Bronx, maybe parts of Queens up by Astoria, or over by the Long Island Sound, like northern part of Long Island, you guys have a better chance than us down here to pick up snow. So yeah, it is, like I said, it is cold, but not as cold as yesterday. There's not a lot of wind, so the wind chill is not as bad as yesterday, and the temperature is obviously higher, so we should be good. So like I said, we're on 23rd Avenue. We're going to do 23rd Avenue. We'll do 24th Avenue and 25th Avenue. Now, these avenues end at Stillwell Avenue. So they go from Cropsey down to Stillwell Avenue. So we'll be like zippering down one avenue, up another, and then down another. And 25th Avenue will be the shortest one, because that ends at pretty much 86th Street. That's right over by where John's Deli is and the old White Castle Nathan's food court that used to be down there. It's now the Petland store. I have my camera connected to my battery. The reason why is I just wanted to, if I kick off another walk after this, I'll have a full battery this time. And yesterday, we finished the walk with 5% left. It turned out that I did not have the camera fully charged, so it wasn't a good gauge to see how long the camera would last in cold weather. I was at about 92% when I walked out the door, so I should have charged it to 100, but sometimes I forget to do those things. So today we got to connect it to the power adapter, just only because I might do another walk after this. This walk would easily, I'd probably finish with about 45% battery or 50% battery after this walk. So, but I'm going to keep it connected. So we are on Benson Avenue. Now, I was saying earlier about 23rd Avenue and 24th Avenue ends in at Stillwell, which it does. But 23rd Avenue and 24th Avenue are actually the exception to the rule. It's a really strange thing. So 23rd Avenue, we're on now, is going to end at Stillwell, but it actually picks up again all the way down on 65th Street, which is odd. That is because of and that's also for 24th Avenue. And that's because of the layout. If you look at the map, if you look at a map of Brooklyn, Gravesend, like all those west streets kind of cut through diagonal. And then it stops, and then it gives, I guess, space between the cemetery to re-emerge. And then 23rd Avenue, when it comes back, it goes from 65th Street to about 60th Street. So it's only like 5 more blocks after that. But it's just really odd. We're not going to walk all the way to 65th Street just to finish 23rd Avenue, though. So and it's the same thing with 24th. 24th and 23rd both do that. So if you live on 23rd or 24th Avenue, north of 65th, I'm sorry, we're not going to be covering that area today, but we will get down there when we do some west streets. We'll do some west streets down there, and we'll cut over. I'm going to cross over here on 86th Street. We're coming up now. This is, so I'm going to talk about this, but we have, this is St. Mary's over here, St. Mary's Church. I lived down here for a summer. I'll tell you the story how it went down. I'll show you where I lived. We're about to pass it. So my cousin, they now call it St. Peter Catholic Academy. I wonder if it's still St. Mary's though. I've always known it to be St. Mary's. So but this is the name of the Catholic school they have here now, but it was always all St. Mary's. But anyway, I used to live in Sunset Park. I've said that before, and we moved to Bensonhurst / Dyker Heights, Bath Beach, whatever you want to call it. I like to include all 3 neighborhoods because there's such an argument in that area what the neighborhood is. But when we moved from Sunset Park to Bay 10th Street, the place that we were living in was not. It was currently being renovated, so there was some work being done. Oh, I got this going on. I gotta wait. We'll get the ambulance. All right, so getting back to the story, and I'll just say this right now. This is where I was living, right here. This place right here, bottom floor. It was my cousin. My cousin had lived here, right here on this corner. And it looks a lot different than it did about 20, 30 years ago. But when we were moving into that new place, there was some renovation that had to be done, and I remember my parents, they didn't. I could have, moved in, but but they decided, hey, you should stay with your cousin for like a couple of months. So it was kind of weird. Like, I would go back and forth from here to Bay 10th Street, but I wouldn't sleep there. I'd come back and sleep over my cousin's house until everything was situated. And that was 80, I want to say 86, 87. Oh, yeah, it was 86. And I technically lived on 23rd Avenue for a couple of months. I have a lot of memories of this neighborhood. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun on this neighborhood. We had a lot of friends on these blocks. PS 97. I didn't go there, but we used to play a lot of baseball, stickball in the schoolyard over there on PS 97. We'll see PS 97 when we get close. Hopefully I don't know if it's still called PS 97. They change things. In New York City, things change all the time, so. Take a look at some of the houses down here. This house across the street is big. This is a big old house. I'm gonna get in the street so we can look at this. This is a big old house. You can imagine that house has a lot of rooms in it. We are crossing 81st. Like I said earlier, we are now we're no longer in Beth Beach for sure because we're north of 86th Street, but this is like the end, if you even want to call it the end of Bensonhurst. It's pretty much Gravesend down here, the big, like the northern, well, the most western part of Gravesend. Stillwell Avenue is really the dividing line. For Bensonhurst and Gravesend. It is a cloudy, gloomy day. And it feels like snow, if you know what I mean. We haven't had measurable snow down here in about 700 days, they say. I believe it. The last, so you want to know, you want to just see the last snow is actually up on my YouTube channel. It was some snow walks I did in 2022, the beginning of 2022. So that's the last time it snowed. Those two walks that I did. You could go back and look. You'll have to scroll through. You could maybe search for snow walks and you may find it. Well, that's the last time it snowed. It's another big house here. This looks new almost, sort of like, I don't know. Is it even a house? It looks like a house. All right, so here we are on Stillwell Avenue. We're gonna turn. Got Quitton Road over there. We'll do a Quitton Road walk. We're gonna walk. We're gonna do a lot of these Gravesend streets. There's a lot of interesting streets in Gravesend. So you can see how it's kind of diagonal. It just cuts through, and this is what I was telling you. 23rd Avenue and 24th Avenue pick up again about a mile down on 65th Street. Crossing 79th Street again. So we'll be crossing these streets a couple of times. These homes across the street. Condos look like condo units. Condo apartment kind of units over there. Over here you got Bad Boys Pizza. Used to be over on 86th Street, is now over here on this next block. They say the rain and the snow is going to be getting here by 2 o'clock. It is, right now it's around 10:30 in the morning. This is Bad Boys Pizza. This pizza place used to be next to the bank over there that we just passed. Which now there's a different pizza place there. There also used to be, so there's actually a funny story. I hope somebody can help me out here. My brother-in-law would know exactly where, but somewhere over here, it was like one of these stores. I want to say it was like over here. There used to be like a deli, and he had Budweiser on tap. He had beer on tap in the deli. And he had he had alcohol license and everything, but you had to, if you went in there, you had to drink it in there. You couldn't leave, like you couldn't walk out of the store. So you'd walk in and you get like and it was a big Budweiser. It was like a big styrofoam cup. Put it in a big styrofoam cup and drink beer. So now, personally, I don't like Budweiser. I think it's nasty, but for the whole experience of it, I would come in here and grab a beer every once in a while. We're on this is 24th Avenue, so I'm gonna start walking up this way now. But the funny thing was that you'd have just regular people coming in you know, to buy a loaf of bread or, you know, get some, you know, simple groceries, and there'd always be at least 2 or 3 guys standing in there with a styrofoam cup of beer, drinking beer. So it's been gone. That place has been gone for a while. But it was a good place. It wasn't, there was never any trouble over there that I remember. I never felt, you know, you never went in there and there was never any issues or anything. But it was just funny because, like, you'd go in there and get beer in a grocery store and just drink it out of a styrofoam cup. He had a big beer, like a big keg tap right there at the counter. You could see it, like right behind the counter. Nice big house right here. We are on 24th Avenue. Look at this house over here. This looks like an old farm style home. Like some kind of like old, like big ass, I don't know. It just looks like it belongs on like a farm or something. I don't know why. That house looks like it belongs on a farm. There's a lot of history down here in Gravesend. So we will be walking around in Gravesend. Cross over here. Let's look at the other side. And we're going to be going up to Cropsey again, and then we'll be going down 25th and ending on 86th Street. We're going to be passing McDonald's here. There's a McDonald's on the corner here. It's been around for many years. That kid just walked by with a bag of McDonald's. I just smelled it. Now I want McDonald's. I guess you could smell it right now. Like I am where he walked. So this whole stretch where he walked, you could smell the trail of fries. When a smell stays in the air that long, that usually means it gets stuck inside your body also for a very long time. '85th Street. This will be our next walk. Yeah. We'll do a long 85th Street walk. We'll go all the way up 85th Street. Here we are at McDonald's. The drive-thru. This was the first McDonald's in this area to have the kiosks. I remember when they first went in, you could see the kiosk there, but there's still a lot of people that stand online to use the to get the cashier. People are afraid to use the kiosks. Got the restaurant and lounge is over here with the Dolphin Fitness. Dollar Tree used to be here, and then over there is the beauty school that burned down years ago, and then they rebuilt it. There was a big fire in that building years ago. We are walking 25 minutes so far. I know how fast I walk, so I usually look at the time to gauge how far I've walked. So we haven't even hit 2 miles. So. We are coming up on Benson Avenue. Got some slow walkers. Nothing wrong with walking slow. As long as you're walking. As long as you are walking, you're good. Although if you're in New York City and you walk slow when you can walk faster, you know, it could be annoying. Got a public school right here on the corner of Benson and 24th. I honestly don't know what school this is. We'll find out in a second if I could read that sign. And this is all new, by the way. This builds in the back another school this is the Verrazano School. PS. I can't see from here because that tree is blocking PS 101. This is all new, this big building here. That's what they do with the schools. They get rid of the schoolyards. You get a look at the school. This is all new. They just finished building this like just a couple years ago. I'd say like about 3 years ago they finished it. But they get rid of, to expand, the space, they build buildings on all the schoolyards now. Some of the schools will put a schoolyard on the top level of the building, like a gymnasium. 17th Avenue does that. So the school on 17th Avenue, if you ever look at it over on Benson Avenue, if you go over by Rutherford Place and you look up, that's a schoolyard with that big cage they have up there. It's like I call it the bird cage. So kids don't fall off the schoolyard. 17th Avenue School, I always remember 17th Avenue, that big schoolyard used to be a handball court in there. We used to play handball in 17th Avenue. But, that big new annex building they put in there, got rid of that. All right, I'd say we're getting close to, we're at 30 minutes, so we're getting close to 2 miles on this. See, this is the thing about walking. You don't have to go far. You could just stay in the neighborhood and just walk what I like to call zipper the blocks. You go up one block, down another, and you could pull miles just doing that. So you don't have to go far to walk. You don't have to, go find a park. If you live in an area that's far away from a trail or everything, and you want to just go take a walk, this is how you would do it. It adds up. If you do this for 1 hour, you're walking about 3 miles. I mean, the average speed that people should be walking is around 3 miles, 3.2 miles an hour, they say. I walk at about 3.5 miles per hour. I walk pretty fast. But generally, people walk around 2.5 to 3 miles per hour. So if you walk for 1 hour, and you do that every day for a week, it doesn't sound like a lot, 1 hour of walking, but that come out to 14 miles. If you walk really slow and you only do 2 miles per hour, you're talking about 14 miles per week. And they recommend that you walk 5 miles per week. So you could triple that just by walking around these blocks. Another school here. We're going to turn again, and we're going to be on our last leg. I still have the camera connected to the battery. I'll show everybody the battery pack. I have a simple one. I have a few battery packs. So this is one that I use. This is a good one. I don't know the name of it. I'll pop the name on the screen. But this is it right here. And you could actually lay your iPhone on it and it'll charge your iPhone. This thing here. But these batteries that I'm using right now, I got a couple of them. They're pretty damn good. They last a long time. I used it in the city this week for 3 walks. I just kept it connected because I wanted to see, how long would it last. And the battery level went only down to 70%. Meanwhile, the camera itself would have probably died twice. And the other thing is that this battery charges the camera faster than it uses power. So like if I have 50% and I throw this on the battery, I'll be at 100% before the walk ends. Oh, this is Cavallero. Don't I feel stupid? Should have known that. Got some of the high-rise buildings on Cropsey. Here we are. And now this is interesting right here. So 25th Avenue goes down to Shore Parkway over here, but we're not going to go down there. We'll just kind of turn the camera. And this over here is where Harway Avenue is. We did the Harway Avenue walk. You could find it on the channel. This 25th Avenue is really, it's a parking lot. It doesn't really, it's not a road, but you can walk through there. Well, wait, we're on Bay 37. Why am I talking about 25th Avenue, right? Because I turned the corner. It goes to show you how dumb I am sometimes. And we're actually walking on Harway, so let's cross over here. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, here we are. We're coming over to where the bus depot is. The bus depot is to my left. we're going to be walking right next to the bus depot. And here is 25th Avenue. That goes down to Shore Parkway. So I made the tourist mistake that a lot of tourists, I call them tourists, but a lot of people from not in the neighborhood make when they come here, is I immediately counted that Bay Street back there as 25th Avenue. This is 25th Avenue. And you see it goes over to Shore Parkway. And we're gonna walk down here to 86th Street. But yeah, we turned the corner and I was already talking about 25th Avenue and forgot, yo, we got Bay Streets over here. So it happens. You got some of the buses that stop over here. You got the B64 and the B3 that stop over here. I used to get on the buses over here. I used to go to Lafayette High School. So I used to go to Lafayette High School, and in the morning we would get on and get off over here and then walk over this next block where the I think there's like a little church over here. This is the bus depot. So this was the bus, not this stop right here. I'll show you where we used to get on the bus to go home. Was right here in front of this church. This church is this is the same church that was around when I went to high school like 30 years ago. This is where I would get off at the B64, and then we'd walk down to Lafayette. A lot of times though, we would just walk. I would just walk to school. I mean, are you surprised? This was the bus stop going home. But yeah, are you surprised? That's all I do is walk. So. I've told the story before how I started walking. I'll tell it again real quick. I won't give you I can't remember when I spoke about it too. I can't remember what walk it was, but basically I was on my bike, was riding on the bike path, and I got a flat tire at the worst part of the bike path is at the 69th Street Pier. You know, like if you're gonna get a flat tire, you don't want to get it all the way at the other end. And I had to walk all the way back. Because you don't like, it's not good to ride a bike with a flat tire. You destroy the rim. I had to walk all the way back. And I was young. I think I was like 12. I don't know. But when I realized how easy it was to walk that distance, I was like, oh, I'm going to do this from now on. But I was a runner, believe it or not. I used to run. I did a lot of running. For a time, I was in the Road Runners Club. I did a lot of running for many years, and then, not because of any injury or anything, just one day I just stopped running. I don't know. I just like Forrest Gump. I think I'll go home now. But seriously, like one day I was like, I don't want to run no more. I did start to feel it like in certain spots. What happened was I did have a foot injury that I got at work. Running cables and stuff. This is early in my career. I was like, well, midway through my career, I was running cables. We were dropping Cat 5 cables for a lot of the servers and some of the data center closets in one of the buildings. And what happened was it was just a snowball effect. I had hurt my foot. We were doing runs up Owl's Head Park, and I kind of had sprained my foot. And then I hurt my foot more being on my feet for 10 hours running cables, going up the ladders, going into the ceiling drops, and so that made it worse. And I was laid up for a bunch of weeks. I couldn't walk or run. And I think after that, I was still running after that, but I stuck to walking more. The thing about walking is, and it's for me personally, now I can't speak for everybody. For me, there's no recovery time for me for walking. Like, I could walk every day like this. I could walk 10 miles, 15 miles, and the next day I might be a little sore, but I could do it back-to-back days. Running is different. You go running long distance, you're gonna need some recovery. So when I was young, I would be able to run every day, but as you get older, it's different. You start moving into run one day, off the next day, run one day, off 2 days. Check this van out. Look at this van. I think somebody lost the wall, so they needed to get that van. So here we are at 25th. We're almost going to end the walk soon. We got to get past 86th Street and then get over to Stillwell, which is only like it's like a block and a half away. So we'll be walking for 45 minutes, so almost very close to 3 mile walk. The 25th Avenue train station for the D line. She's locking us out. She is locking us out of that gate. Alright, we're crossing 86th Street one last time. Everybody remember Blockbuster Video used to be over there. Used to be Blockbuster Video used to be over there. I don't think I need to tell you how many years ago that was, because it's pretty much been as many years as people were using VCR tapes. Well, yeah, you were getting, I guess you could get DVDs there. All right, good walk. Good walk. I didn't think I was going to get any walking in today because they said it was going to rain, but it's an interesting looking building. Looks like a house turned into like an office space. Render. And here we go. This is the beginning of 85th Street. We're going to do this walk next, so stay tuned. This will be the next one. Since I'm in the spot, I might as well, right? The battery's charged this up. I could now take this off the battery pack. And we can just go on the next walk up there. Although it does look like my... Oh, there we go. We're charging again. My camera was done charging, so I had to get the readout for how much battery we have. So, all right, here we are, Stillwell Avenue, 84th Street. We are done. I want to thank everybody that came along on the walk. If you've never seen this part of the neighborhood, now you have. That used to be Staples. It's now Food Town. All right, everyone. Take care. Catch everyone on the next one. We'll be going up 85th Street. Take care.